Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tales of Initiative channel. We are going to be rocking and rolling. I'm so pumped. I am so pumped, y'all. We're going to be playing some Flabbergasted as a part of the Tabletop Test Kitchen show. But before we get into it, before I have my incredible players introduce themselves, I have to get into our wonderful sponsors of the channel, which now I believe I have the link. There we go. There we go. I was missing the S last time. But if you want to support the channel and get some sick stuff, you can go to Into the AM for graphic tees. We have a GameStop affiliate link. Day 20 for all sorts of supplies. Level 1 gamers for merch, swag, stuff like that. And of course, Lore Link, which is an organizational tool that I use to plan this very game. So you get to see it in action. But y'all, I'm pumped. I'm ready to rock. So y'all, for my players, please introduce yourselves. I'll need your name, your pronouns, anything you have to promote, aka where people can find you. And then your character's name, character pronouns, and just a quick blurb. We'll start things off with Maia with M on deck.
Okay, hi everybody. My name's Maia, she, her, and then next you said like promo stuff. Okay, so I only have. Well, I guess you can find me on Twitter, which I only post about like stuff like TTRPG stuff at Maia's Game Room on Twitter. And that's like the main space. And I think Blue Sky Social as well. And I'm going to be playing Lady Seraphina Hawthorne. She's a baroness. So a princess. Her pronouns are she, her, and she is the aristocrat of the group. Okay. She's here for the fun, for the drama, and just to like use her father's name at the right time. And that's her for right now. So
fantastic. Thank you so much, Maia. Let's jump over to M with Tori on deck.
My name is M, otherwise known as Anthrama Streams, and I go by she, her pronouns. You can find me at Level 1 Geek, which is like my home channel, but I'll let Tori talk about that because she's also from that channel. Instead, I would love to promote my friend's game that is coming to Kickstarter on Thursday. It's a werewolf TTRPG. It's a solo game about like being packless and having to go through all these struggles alone. And like if you're going to choose to like give into your anger or if you're going to rise above. So I would strongly recommend checking it out, especially like for the season. And if you like writing, it'd be a great thing. It's called Rue from Ruin. And it's just a solo RPG that I'm really excited about.
nice.
Fantastic. And well, M, your character.
Oh, right. I have to talk about that too, don't I?
I'm here to play.
I was like, I'm done. That's it. Bye. No, I'm playing Brannigan Phineas Burbank. Yes, he's an archaeologist, very who's kind of a suave-ish dude. He's not super smart, but he's got friends for that. And he loves adventure and danger and the thrill of it all. But unfortunately, he has been stuck in town instead of off on an adventure. And he's very frustrated about it and hoping to get a little bit of a thrill tonight.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. I'm so pumped. Thank you so much, Em. Let's go over to Tori.
Hey y'all, I'm Tori Fika. I'm with Level 1 Geek, as Em mentioned. You can find all of our stuff at level1geek.com. We are on YouTube and also in podcast form. I'll also plug Rue from Ruin because that's super exciting. Katie helped design it. Katie's one of our teammates, so go check that out on Thursday for sure. But yeah, if you want to see more of me and Em specifically, you can see a whole bunch of stuff at level1geek.com. And tonight I am playing the one, the only Cordelia Jones. She goes by Cordy to most people. She is the personal assistant of Brannigan Phineas Burbank. And she takes pride in doing an excellent job meeting all of his needs and managing everything he could possibly want, which is a lot of stuff, turns out. So looking forward to continuing to fulfill my duties in that capacity tonight.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tori. Oh my goodness. Y'all will note, of course, in our promotional materials, that Tori is not on there because Tori was my very special guest who totally came and saved my ass tonight. Because unfortunately I did lose a couple players, but thank you so much, Tori. You are an angel. Thank you.
I'm always happy to play with you, Matt, and I haven't played Flabbergasted in a really long time, so I'm excited to play it again.
Let's go. Let's do this. So, y'all, also, before we get into the game, there's also the Tales of Initiative Discord, as well as the Patreon, for anyone who wants to be a part of the community or show a little bit of support for all the wonderful content. And speaking of content, I believe they're rocking their Morkborg campaign right now that goes on tomorrow. And then on Monday, they have their Tales Does Tales and Total Party Chaos. Now, as far as Flabbergasted is concerned, y'all, we're dialing the clock back, flipping those calendars back in time to the 1920s. And here, our game, of course, for those of you who aren't familiar, Flabbergasted. It's all about comedy, all about hijinks. It's all about, just seeing all the wonderful social conundrums that our players and their characters will find themselves in. There's no combat to be speak of unless you consider, social repartee as a part of that. There'll be plenty of that. So, y'all, let's get it going. So, at this moment,
Yes.
our phenomenal poker club is stepping in to the Peccadillo Poker Hall. And as they stride in, very Ocean's 11 or The Hangover, whichever media appeals to you, striding in slow motion, I would love for each of my players to describe how your character looks, how they might walk in, what they're focused on. Let's start with Maia with M on deck.
Okay, so Serafina is walking in and she prefers to stand next to Brannigan. And probably she's trying to hang off his arm. I don't know what he's doing if he notices her. But she has this golden brown skin and she's wearing these very fashionable clothing, of course. She has curly dark hair that's styled in this elegant bob that changes with the times. Her eyes very sharp, observant, a little hint of mischief in them, and she wears makeup that is always immaculate. And you see the way she walks and stands is obviously someone of a higher status, not a slouch to be found. And you see lots of pearls and jewelry on her neck, and it hangs down, and on her wrists as well, and rings on her fingers and things like that. But yeah, her outfit is very elaborate, white dress that she's wearing, and she's wearing these fine silk gloves as well. She's very she's trying to be the center of attention when she walks into the room. And probably if Brannigan is with her, she probably was trying to dress him and give him tips as well, because obviously she can't be seen with someone who looks less than.
Of course.
And she has the money to pay for it. She probably brought a suit for him. So she has one hand in his arm as they're walking, and it's just like a peacock just walking, or like a hen.
Ooh,
I think hens are very regal.
Let's go.
They got that strut,
Yes, she's very, yes, exactly.
Absolutely. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Now
Mhm.
let's slide on over to M. How's Brannigan looking as he struts
Again,
in?
Brannigan looks incredible. First off, he's got like that Jason Momoa hair going on for him.
Ooh,
Very tanned from his last excursion, and he was wearing the suit jacket, but the seam popped because of muscles, so he has it tossed over one shoulder and has like a pinstripe vest over a dress shirt, and it's very much like cinched in the back to give it kind of a corset vibe almost.
Oh.
And so he's strutting in. He definitely knows he's got a pretty lady on his arm. And yeah, he tries very hard to look cool because he likes to embody that. So he's got that flipped over. He's got his hair flowing and he's strutting like a lion into, I don't know, wherever this is. We're at a poker hall?
yes, the
Oh yes,
Peccadillo
this is his
Poker Hall.
domain. Oh, this is his domain. He's gonna tear it
Let's
up here
go.
for sure.
Fantastic. Okay, as we have our little slow motion walk, it'll do like a little smash cut zoom over Tori. What does your character look like? How are they walking in here?
Well, if Lady Seraphina and Brannigan are peacocking and like sights to behold, then you would almost entirely miss Cordy trailing behind them. She's dressed simply. She's in neatly, but simple trousers with like pressed shirt and nice little vest. She's got big round glasses. Her hair pulled back in a tight, very neat bun. And she always has her trusty notebook out and is just, making notes, checking things. She has ink stains on her fingers from just the constant, keeping things organized for Mr. Bergbank here. And she's not even really looking where they're going. She's just nose down in her notebook. She glances up every once in a while, mostly to make sure nobody approaches Mr. Burbank without, speaking to her first. And yeah, she's just sort of shrinking in their shadow, but she seems pretty content to be there. She does not seem like someone who wants a lot of attention focused on her.
Fantastic. Excellent. So then in that case, after seeing these shots, perhaps with the name just sliding across the screen, we see the camera kind of pan back up and focus in on the words peccadillo. And as the screen fades out, we'll fade back in to where our group finds themselves in a dressing room. Each team, each club, each poker club has their own room in the dressing room area, normally cordoned off for performers, the stage performers of the Peccadillo Poker Hall. However, each team invited here has been given their own room. And at this moment, perhaps amidst the chaos of being brought here into these surroundings, and being given the VIP treatment, y'all are going to see that there is a map that is laid out, which I've shared in the Discord. I will also put that onto our screen as well for my wonderful viewers in the chat. But amidst this, perhaps contemplating the possibilities, there is someone that is going to pop in. There'll be a couple knocks before the door immediately bursts open, regardless of whether it was locked or not, because surrounded by staff, surrounded by bodyguards, there is a gentleman that will walk in. This gentleman has long white hair, long enough that it covers one of his eyes. He is wearing a pink suit, pink pants, but he has clear status here. And I would say that perhaps in this case, Serafina would be the one to first notice that this is the head of the Peccadillo Poker Committee. This would be the big dog. And as he walks in, he will say, "Hello there. You are the and he seems to be struggling, but not super hard. I would say that it is it's a situation where he wants to give the appearance as though he might have known your club's name, but he probably has never taken the effort to remember any club's name. But
Quite rude to just barge into a room with a lady inside.
Agreed.
oh, my apologies. I'm a very busy man, and so I simply wanted to wish you luck because, well, I've invited you for this gathering, for this incredible event, because we are going to we are going to announce our selection for the representative of Peccadillo in the World Championships this evening. And perhaps if you play your cards right, you might be able to, yes,
That's a good one.
you might be able to,
I don't get it.
and you'll see that like when you
Just-
say that, he looks a little put off, but then the people around him, his bodyguards, all laugh very loud and very forcefully to reset his mood.
Cordy will pick up on this cue and join in with the laughter. Excellent,
Yes.
excellent joke. Yes.
Nothing was funny that was said. I don't understand.
Pardon her. Hey, just so you know, like,
Yes?
I understand. I didn't get it either, but when people use that tone, I know that's when you're supposed to laugh.
Oh, you understand me, Branny?
Yes.
As she like goes onto your shoulder.
And like while the two of you are having that aside, this man is going to just look over to you, Cordy, and say, "I like your attitude. You're definitely going places."
Wow.
Why, thank you very much, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you? I am Mr. Burbank's assistant here, and I will be assisting him in helping things go smoothly this evening.
"No, that'll be all." And he will just turn and immediately walk out. But at this moment, y'all do have the possibility of securing the spot for the World Championships. So, as the entourage around the head of the Peccadillo Poker Committee step out, well, I leave it to y'all.
I started this group to really just gossip with the ladies. I don't even know how I got here. Do we really need to win?
I mean, prestige, my sweet.
No, but it's prestige in poker.
Hey, we
Oh,
represent.
but Mr. Burbank is not a loser. He does not lose at things.
Excuse me, staff?
My name is Cordy, but I was merely pointing out the reality that Mr. Burbank's reputation is on the line.
Now, Cordy, I did not appreciate that you offered assistance to a veritable stranger. You are my servant, and if you leave, what am I going to do? Read things?
You're, you are quite right.
A man like him shouldn't have to be reading to himself.
No, never. Of course not. That's silly. I merely hoped to make a good impression to improve your chances, Mr. Burbank. I would never dream of leaving your service, of course.
You are always, always thinking, and that's what I appreciate about you, Cordy. And he chucks you under the chin.
I'll turn and if this is too early, Matt, could I use a scene cue potentially?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Please.
So I have lend a helping hand. So as this whole entourage is sort of trailing out of our dressing room, this is what lend a helping hand is. If you know something to be true about all service employees, it is that they always have too much to do. Do a favor for one of your fellow workers so you can call one in later. So as this poker dude, did we even get his name?
Yeah, I didn't get his name.
Oh, he is, of course,
Assumed it was Mr. Pocadillo.
He is
Mr. Pocadillo.
Illustrious, of course, head of Peccadillo Poker Committee, but also a game designer, the illustrious Maximilian Griffin.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've never heard of him, so he must not be that important.
So as Mr. Griffin's entourage is leaving, I turn and am kind of helping them, leave. And one of them stumbles a bit and just completely drops all of the papers and files and things that they were holding. And it's a mess. And they are at the tail of the entourage. So and Mr. Griffin has places to be. So nobody's waiting for this person. And they're scrambling and they're trying to get things together. And Cordy, being, very mindful of fellow staff members, rushes over and helps this person. So I would like to lend a helping hand in hopes that maybe this staff member would be willing to do me a favor later on.
Absolutely. And for those of you who don't know, scene cues are like the special powers of our respective characters, in which case you can either use one to overcome an obstacle now or perhaps one in the future. And in this case, I would like to know, Tori, if you intend on calling in a favor later, or if there's anything you would like to know right now.
So our objective here is to secure a spot. Like, what would we need to do in order? I guess what is our objective, and what are sort of the steps that we would need to do to get there?
This staff member, their name is Wrigley, and Wrigley is gonna say, "Hey, yeah. So if you win a lot, that'd be great." But I mean, a lot of people can win. Winning is probably easy for you guys. But if you can show Mr. Griffin or just the community at large that you would you would be stars. If you show perhaps that you're compelling, that you would be good to root for, just qualities that like what you've just done for me, qualities that people can look up to.
I see. Mr. Griffin wants the team to root for in the society.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I think I can show that we are made of such stuff. Thank you, Wrigley. I do appreciate your help in this, and do seek me out if you might need anything else tonight.
Of course. And if you need me, I'm usually running around the gaming hall floor. I'm not hard to I'm not hard to find. Just call out Wrigley. I might be a little scared, but I'll find you.
Very good, Wrigley. Thank you very much. And I, of course, am Cordy. I'm Mr. Burbank's assistant. But you probably knew that. All right. I don't want to make you late. You have a lot to do, and as do I.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
on.
you. And I will say this, because those would be details that you'd be able to find pretty easily. So, in this case, if you wanted to later on, you can call in that favor and we'll use the supreme power of the scene for you then.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I've cashed a favor with Wrigley.
Yes, fantastic.
Sounds good. I will come back in and cleaning my vest up a bit. So, have we decided our plan of action, Mr. Burbank?
Well, I suppose we're gonna go win some poker. Are you feeling ready, Lady Serafina?
I'm not very good at poker. I told you. I created this group for gossip and ladies' night and mimosas.
Well, perhaps we should schedule ourselves a quick lesson. I don't care to lose.
A private lesson?
Well, I do think that if Cordy's here, she can explain things a little bit better than me, so a semi-private.
Who's Cordy? You always mention...
If I may...
Cordy, what?
I didn't want to interrupt you, Mr. Burbank. I merely was going to point out that it sounds like perhaps a successful winning streak is not the only factor here when it comes to qualifying.
Cordy knows all the secrets. You just wait. Tell us more.
Yes, well, it seems that more than anything, Mr. Griffin wants teams that people like to root for, with personality and pizzazz, charisma, more
Flair.
than success. Exactly, Mr. Burbank, and I know you have that in no short order.
He begins to unbutton his top buttons.
And Lady Serafina, perhaps you could contribute that way as well, if you are concerned that your poker skills are not quite the competitive sort.
Well, I'm quite lucky.
You're lucky, you say. I believe strongly in things of luck. Lean on my shoulder, blow on my dice, whatever we need happen, and do it with flair.
Of course, of course. Okay. I've got pizzazz.
Of course you do. Look at yourself. Look at what you put me in.
Thank you. You look amazing.
Of course I do.
Love the
I hate this character so much already.
And then Serafina, she opens up her little purse and she has a piece of paper inside of it. It's like, Granny, I wrote something for you and I worked on it all night. It's a poem.
Would you like me to read it, Lady Serafina, or will you
I
be
can
doing the
read
reading?
stuff. And she opens it. I wrote this myself. Brannigan, my heart's in a swirl. For no explorer compares to you, dear. Sir, come back, won't you, and take my hand for the love's greatest journey to Brannigan. And she looks very pleased with herself.
Serafina, and he's going to reach over and take your hand.
Oh,
Not all of us can be good at everything, but I'm sure that if you keep working at it, you're going to be an amazing poet someday.
sorry. The real me wants to do something else, but she's going to respond. She's going to respond. You see her like clapping her hands, and then she like throws her arms around you. That's the sweetest thing you've ever said.
I know. Everything is.
So-
Yes, yes.
Now let's go win some poker. And he turns away really abruptly.
Is that
so
what
you
you?
stumble.
Is that how you win this game? You win poker? Is that how this? You win some poker. What is poker like? Some tangible source?
Yes, poker is a game of, and Cordy will jump into a very thorough explanation of the game and the rules and all the hands you can have
Great.
in poker.
Yes.
As
Let's
we're
go.
heading out the room.
Excellent.
Let's go win some of it. I guess.
She's explaining this too as she's fixing Brannigan's like
Fluff the
vest,
chest hair.
just like
it.
fixing his appearance. Fluff the chest hair.
Don't touch the chest hair.
Yes, just doing everything, getting his appearance just so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so because I don't do this enough. Oh, with this start, I mean with the ingenuity of helping the entourage, with the incredible creativity of the poem, and then with the fluffing of the chest hair.
No.
I would like to award each player a lucky coin. Now,
Ooh, I'll take it.
y'all, those of you who are watching, lucky coins are basically like our inspiration in a sense, where if you have a lucky coin, let's say you do a skill roll, and let's say you failed, you can opt to use up your lucky coin and call either heads or tails. And if it is correct, then you get a success. It essentially gives you another 50-50 chance at potentially getting past whatever obstacle you're dealing with. Now, I also want to add for my players, I'm sorry I didn't mention this before, if someone else does something that you deem worthy of a lucky coin and I miss it, then please nominate them. Same goes to the chat, because I forget about this all the time in the face of just laughing. So, but y'all, with this mission before you, with this map in someone's hands, what would y'all like to do? Are y'all sticking together? Would you like to branch off?
Maya, I have a thought.
Yes.
We should take a turn around the floor, stop at the bar for a drink. Once we've been lubricated thoroughly, we hit the dance bar. Is that what it's called? Dance bar, Courty? If you hear the live music and there's dancing?
The dance
That is a
wall?
term. That is a term for it. The dance floor, perhaps, is what you might mean,
yes.
Mr. Burbank.
I knew that it ended with the sound.
I think it's a dance hall.
Bar? Dance. But I'm sorry, Cordy, but obviously Serafina would know best.
Cordy keeps a straight face, but she is extremely irked that she was just corrected by Lady Serafina.
Oh my goodness.
Also, Serafina doesn't notice that at all. She just kind of like offhandedly said, I think it's the dance hall. She wasn't even like trying to correct
Cordy
you.
just gives a stiff nod and turns back to her notebook very sharply, starts taking down notes.
Brannigan, can you tell your staff to get us some drinks?
Well, isn't that why we're going to the bar, darling? We want people to see us. We want people to revel in our very presence. The opulence of us shall be upon them, like a famine.
Famine?
Yes,
Interesting.
it's a-
Perhaps you mean feast,
Everybody
Mr.
notices
Burbank.
a famine. Cordy, am I incorrect?
Oh, no, never. I think merely in this situation, feast could be perhaps a better fit for opulence.
Fine. Feast. I knew it started with the F sound.
Very good, Mr. Burbank. Shall we get you to the bar then? Would you like me to accompany you, or do you want me to attend to another matter?
You have to read the menu to me, Cordy.
Of course. Very good, sir.
Who's Cordy, Brannigan?
That would be me, Lady Serafina.
I did not know you heard me.
Yes, I do have ears. You may have not noticed them beneath your immense jewelry, but I do have them. Now,
It's very
shall we
fine,
go?
Julie, isn't it?
She gives another stiff nod.
Is Cordy wearing any jewelry?
No, not really.
It's not acceptable. You have to be opulent enough for us. So he's going to give you a look up and down and then remove a ring off of his finger. Please put this upon your thumb. You're not looking the part.
Can I slap the ring away as soon as he tries to do that?
For sure.
Oh. Yeah.
What do you think you're doing? That's for marriage. You're not giving
telling
up.
her.
You do not give another
Meanwhile-
woman a ring without proposing.
But a woman gave me this ring.
Oh, wait, I gave that to you.
No, this was from Amelia Earl Grey. I
Oh.
won it, really. So I just thought that Cordy could hold on to it for a minute.
Now you're taking
Do you
jewelry from
disagree?
other women?
Well, it happened to... Yes.
Hmm.
You dressed me. I accept a
Well-
lot of gifts from a lot of women.
She speaks.
I hate this character so much. I'm breaking all over the place. Okay.
Meanwhile, Cordy is scrambling on the ground after the ring. She kind of misses this whole conversation because she's desperately trying to. She grabs the ring and then polishes it furiously on her vest, getting it back to a shine. I'm very sorry I did not catch that, Mr. Burbank.
I
You
expect
would like
better
me
of
to
you,
keep?
Cordy.
Yes, of course, I know. I expect better of myself, to be honest. You wish me to hold on to this for you?
Wear it somewhere, your ear, your nose, your fingers. I don't care as long as it's visible to the outside world.
Very good, Mr. Burbank. And she'll put it on her middle finger and kind of very prominently, like, shove it on as she's looking at Lady Seraphina.
She's not looking at you, so she does not notice. I'm absolutely parched, and mint julep sounds good about right now. So, Steph?
Very good. Let's go to the bar then.
So,
Lead the way, Cordy.
I would like to
yes.
ask if, as far as the turnabout the room is concerned, are you going to go straight towards the bar, or do you want to take a little loop, clockwise or counter?
Definitely a loop.
I guess, yeah.
Definitely a loop.
If Cordy's leading the group, then I think she thinks a loop around the space would be a good idea.
Why not a loop with a drink in your hand?
Oh, the lady wants a drink in her hand before we reach the bar. Cordy, I was not picking up on the signs from Lady Seraphina. She would like a beverage as we make our way to the bar. Would you please supply us with drinks?
You would like a drink on our way to the bar to get our drinks?
Was that complicated for you?
Not at all. Is there a mini bar in the dressing room, perhaps?
Yeah, I would say that the dressing room itself would likely have more like general refreshments like water, perhaps some juices, just in a little in a little chest with ice in it. They don't have alcohol in said chest. Because not all of the well, I'd say perhaps they want to make their money from that.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, then in that case, Cordy will go and pour a glass of cold juice and hand it to Lady Seraphina. You now you have your drink. We may go to the bar.
Oh no,
This
no,
way, everyone. And she turns
not...
on her heel and starts leading the group.
No, I just what does? Come. Okay.
Okay.
I don't. This is just this. I think this is juice. I don't want this.
So
I'll lead us around the long way so we see most of it before we get to the bar.
excellent. So
And I'll point out the table. I'll be like, and Mr. Burbank, this is where the casuals play. And over there, I believe, is the restaurant. And I'm just sort of playing tour guide here as we move along.
awesome. So I'll maybe introduce some potential figures here. Would you mind rolling 2d6 for me, Tori? And this will determine which of my delightful opponents you might run into.
Oh, boy.
Opponents.
Do you just want the total or
Just the
both
total.
dice? Okay, so that's a 7 total.
A 7. Excellent. So who you're going to run into here is there are two people who are seated at a table I mean, there are other combatants, but one in duo in particular seems to stand out because they are wearing sailors' hats, sailors full sailor regalia, and these two are fairly athletic too. You would
Did you say fairly? Like
Oh,
feral?
fairly.
oh
Fairly.
yeah, you could
Fairly. Okay.
hey
Okay.
you could say
I was
that
like,
too.
And it looks like they have rabies.
they've got a look in their eye.
Oh, yeah.
Got a rabid look.
They're brutal on the poker table, but
Oh,
you would recognize these two as being the duo known as Flopsome Betsome. And these two, these nautical poker players, they might give you a little squint as you're walking about.
I squint back. How dare they look at me with their feral eyes?
yeah.
And well, Jane of the two, Jane Mack, is gonna stand and like she's gonna hold up a fist. But John is gonna do the hold her back moment. But she says, "We're gonna beat you, and we're gonna be the representatives."
It'd be humiliating when you embarrass yourself.
Tell him.
It won't be humiliating when we embarrass ourselves. It'll be fine.
So you admit you're going to humiliate yourself. How funny.
No, just move on. And the two of them will keep playing. You'll note that Jane immediately pushes all of her chips all in at the table. But I've got a little graphic for my players. Now, as you make the counterclockwise maneuver around our poker hall, you'll also walk by the restaurant. And this restaurant, you're going to smell the delightful smell of bread and melty cheeses. Because, of course, this delightful occasion, the restaurant that is supplying the food is an incredible poker-based pizza place known as the wonderful Little Caesar's Palace.
Of
And
course.
I've included a little visual aid. But as you continue forward, you would note that there are a lot of people who are enjoying their pizzas whilst playing slot machines. They have those set up too because all their pizzas are slot and ready. Now, as you keep going, you get to this turnabout. You will end up going around. Of course, there's the high roller platform in the center where there are a lot of bigwigs, a lot of people with the sunglasses and hats because they don't want to show their tells. You walk by. The gift shop is fairly empty. There are a lot of souvenirs. There does seem to be a fairly bored-looking employee in there. The intermediate section. M, would you care to roll 1d6 for me and tell me what
Thought
you
you
get?
might never ask. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay, so in our intermediate section, you're going to see one player that stands out from the rest because this player is in a full suit of armor. This player, every time he moves, you just hear a screech here, a clank there. But this would be very quite the scary sight because he also has some medieval weaponry too, but the weapons are all rubber tipped for safety, as well as all of his movements are incredibly slow. Everyone involved around him, whenever he reaches for his cards, there's just like a exasperated look, a little roll of the eyes. But of course, this is the representative from the social club, Mace Up My Sleeve.
Oh, do you see that, Cordy? In whole armor. You think if we got a polish on that, I could read his cards from a yard away?
Very, very tacky, if you ask me.
Trying to fit into the theme, Mace. Ugh.
Yes. We can do much better than that, I believe.
And I don't even get it. It's not even that funny. Do you get it, Seraphina? Mace up my sleeve? Nobody can keep a mace in their sleeve.
Who are we talking about?
That bungling idiot over there in the armor.
Oh, I thought it was a statue. There's a person in there.
It's moving.
Ah!
Statues don't move, Seraphina.
I know that.
Oh!
I need a drink.
Are you poor at seeing?
I'm not pouring anything, dear.
Oh.
Such a good answer. I love that.
Now we are gonna get to the bar, and here there are a few people who are enjoying their beverages. There is a bartender here who, well, can I ask you, M, if you wouldn't mind describing the one who gave you that ring for me, please?
The bartender? Or she's sitting at the bar.
Earl Grey, yes.
I heard that. I saw what you were about to do. All right. Amelia Earl Grey is stunning. Just absolutely gorgeous. Think Gal Gadot. Just all legs and slender and stunning, and her hair is all herring, and she has a smile that'd knock you on your ass. And yeah, she looks amazing.
Excellent. I'm at this moment, as y'all show up for your drinks, you would see her behind the bar. She is currently mixing some drinks, though I would say that as far as the crowd is concerned, there are quite a few people who seem to be tipping rather voraciously, trying to get her attention. But
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Sorry. Or I guess, what is Brannigan's relationship to Amelia currently?
They are rivals, or they were rivals, and they have a very snappy friendship that hints at deeper feelings that they are not ready to handle.
What?
So I guess
when
Cordy run
yeah, when he sees her, he's just gonna full stop and just stare at her for a second.
Seraphina's going to continue to the bar.
Mr. Burbank, would you like me to order for you so that you don't need to speak?
I need that ring back right now.
Of course,
Yes.
sir. She rips it off her finger and hands it back.
I will say this. Could I have? I would love, and this is the first roll of the day. Cordy, could I have you do perhaps a little wit and sharp for me here?
I would love nothing more. What am I trying to do?
Because I want to know how quickly you clock this, and if you're able to hand this ring back without her seeing.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I'm rolling 4 dice for wit and sharp.
Great.
And I'm looking for 5s and 6s, right?
Yes. Let me know how many 5s and 6s.
I got a 5 and a 6. So
Hey!
2 6s.
I knew it.
I'm quick on my feet.
That's how Corey does it. That's how Corey does it.
Fantastic. And I'll say, like, you find the perfect moment when Amelia's attention, because I would say that when Brannigan shows up, it's that slow motion moment where she's glowing, she's got a smile on her face, and she looks up and you two lock eyes. But then that moment is immediately disrupted as one of these customers trying to get her attention drops one of the glasses, and Corey, you're able to seize that opportunity, just that moment of confusion, to get that ring back to Brannigan.
Yeah, I do it before Brannigan has even finished asking. I've got it off and I've got it back on his hand in the blink of an eye, and I give him a reassuring smile, and I say, "You look perfect, Mr. Burbank."
Thank you, Cordy. As always, I will rely on you heavily through this.
You can always count on me, Mr. Burbank. I will be right by your side.
Where did Lady Serafina go?
I do think that's her up there, glowing.
Oh,
yes, the sparkly one at the bar. That's her.
We came with her. We probably shouldn't abandon her. Probably go over there. Or should I say hi to Amelia first? Miss Earl Grey first, or...
Well, Mr. Burbank, if I could be so bold, I think perhaps that if Lady Serafina understood the nature of your friendship with Ms. Amelia, it might be detrimental to us winning that position. I think it's best, in other words, if these two are left separate, if you will.
So I should go say hi to her first and then meet up with Lady Serafina.
Perhaps that would be best. I can help entertain Lady Serafina if you would like me
Please
to.
do. I would appreciate that, Cordy. You are the best.
Of course, Mr. Burbank. I will float over towards Lady Serafina.
So, Lady Serafina, where were, amidst the ring situation, were you going straight up to the bar? Were you going towards specifically Amelia or another bartender? What was your plan?
Oh, I wasn't aware there was another bartender. She was going towards Amelia.
Oh, great. I'll say there is another one that
No, I didn't know there was.
seems to not have any business.
We
May
can
I
roll for
attempt-
it, but I think you could roll for it. If someone rolls well, then she'll go to the other bartender. And
Well,
if
may
they
I
don't-
attempt to redirect Lady Serafina?
Yeah, you could see her walking towards Amelia, and you could try.
Okay, yeah. As soon as Mr. Burbank has decided this, Cordy dashes through the crowd, weaving and picking her way through, and just comes right up next to Lady Serafina, and she says she points over toward
hello?
the other bartender. Lady Serafina, I don't think someone of your status should have to wait in line. That is preposterous. Don't you agree?
Yes, but there is no line.
Well, it seems like that bartender is quite busy with a great many customers, and I see that one over there who he seems readily available to be at your service. You did want a mint julep, didn't you say? You are quite parched, I remember. You wouldn't want to wait on that.
I changed my mind on what drink I want.
Oh, well, I'm very confident that bartender could service that drink just as well.
Do you want to try to convince her?
Sure. Do you want me to roll?
I'm not the GM. I'm not the GM here. It's up to Matt.
Matt?
I'm game. Why don't you give me a bravado and persuasion
Oh.
or a culture and etiquette? Because in one
Okay.
case you're persuading, in the other case you're calling upon, perhaps the sensibilities of Sarah.
That is what I'm trying to get. Thank you for that. Throwing me a lifeline here.
Yeah. Oh, and you also have
Okay.
a lucky coin.
True.
That's true. I've got 3 in culture and etiquette, and I got a 5 on one of them. So that
Okay.
is
Okay.
one success.
Yes. Okay, I guess he does look We're ready.
You wouldn't want to mingle among the riffraff over there. Someone of your status, that wouldn't be sensible.
You're exactly correct, Steph. Should I give you my order or should I give it to the men?
Whatever you desire, I am at your disposal for the moment.
Okay, now listen carefully. I'll have a gin Ricky, but not just any gin, imported, mind you. Fresh lime juice, none of that bottled nonsense, and just a splash of soda water. I want it stirred, not shaken, and served in a chilled coupe glass, none of those dreadful tumblers, and be sure to garnish it with a perfectly thin lime wheel, not a wedge. And don't forget, just a dash of orange bitters to finish it off. Thank you. And she walks away.
Very good. Cordy was rapidly noting down everything. She is usually annoyed dealing with Lady Seraphina, but in this case, she knows it is all in the service of Mr. Burbank, so she doesn't mind doing this favor. So yeah, she'll dash off to the other bartender to give Mr. Burbank the distraction that he needed.
Oh, I mean, if you're ordering for her, she's going to go back to find.
Oh, you're
Brannigan.
going off that way? Okay, well, hopefully I bought some time for Brannigan. We'll
Yeah.
see.
This
We'll
is
see. Maybe
amazing.
you catch them mid-conversation,
So-
but Cordy did her best.
Okay.
But she gives you the order. She goes, "Now, where is my dear Branny?" Also,
Oh,
I must say, how old is Brannigan, by the way?
He's like 26, 27.
Okay.
How old is Serafina?
15. No, I'm kidding. It's
Oh
20.
my God.
No, she's 19.
Okay, that's still kind of like fling yourself out of a window age, but that's
Yeah, no,
fine.
it is. It totally is.
Okay. All right. So
It's the 1920s, okay?
It is.
It
It is.
I have to get married soon, okay?
all right.
My
Uh,
father will be terribly disappointed.
Okay, I'll jump over to Brannigan. Amidst this sea of hopeful suitors, you see Amelia, and she sees you. How do you make your approach?
just walk straight towards her, and if anybody gets in my way, they just like fall to the wall of muscle that I am.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. He just
Okay.
doesn't see anybody but her and is just walking straight towards her.
Fantastic. So, okay, in this case, I mean, I feel like I want you to do a bravado and persuasion for me.
Of course.
I want to see like how cool you look as you're making your approach and just going through the waves of people.
1-5.
Okay, great.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'd say there's probably one guy who's like, "Hey, come on, man," and then it's like, "Yeah, ah!" And then soon you're face to face with just a bar in between you and Amelia, and she says, "Fancy seeing you here, handsome."
Amelia, the last time I saw you, you were in Egypt, and now you're working behind a bar? How you have fallen. How are you, darling?
Oh, well, I'm doing pretty good, but, could be better.
Doing here? Are you following me? You can say if you're following me. It's understandable.
Am I that transparent?
Are you really? Because that's actually kind of creepy, Amelia, please.
Oh, creepy. I see. Well, perhaps I should speak to one of these other gentlemen then.
No. At least get me a drink first.
Ah, very well. What'll you have?
Let's see. How about a whiskey with a sugar cube?
Hmm. Just
Little
how-
bitter, little sweet.
Yes, and it's like as she's getting the bottle out, she is doing so, maintaining constant eye contact,
Oh my gosh.
just eye to eye, grabs a bottle, grabs a glass, pours it out, and she takes out the sugar cube and like kind of leans in, moving it towards your mouth before snatching it back and
Can
dropping
that be
Jeez.
the can that be the point that Serafina walks out?
Yeah, yes. Please.
And you just hear this.
Oh, Sephi, how are you? I mean, Lady Serafina.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've noticed that you've been standing at the bar for far too long, and usually the staff is the ones that's supposed to be ordering the drinks.
Well, you see, I've been ordering my own drinks for a long time. Doesn't bother me at all.
Uh-huh. And she looks over at the Lady Amelia.
Sephi?
Oh, no, she's not a lady. Sorry, Amelia, right?
Amelia. Sephi, is it?
Lady Serafina.
Of the Hawthorne family. You must know of us.
Are you really? I thought it was the Hitchcock family.
Oh, don't be silly, Branny.
Oh.
Brannigan.
And she's
probably.
like, she like falls all over you. She's trying to, you see her arms on. Oh, God. Yes.
Trouble in Paradise?
Not at all. Not at all. We are in a social club together.
Oh, are you just...
Don't be shy, Branny. We're more than that.
Hardly. She lent me some clothes. Do I look nice?
Oh, you know, you do look very nice.
Amelia's an old friend, Lady Serafina. We've competed quite a few times over some digs. Remember
Diggs?
Remember Egypt?
Oh, yes. We really got so sweaty excavating.
Huh.
Lot of hours. Ugh, tough on the old back.
Well, it's too bad you haven't been able to get an exploration job over the past few months.
We've kind of got a little thing going of who's gonna leave town first. Honestly, I thought you were blocking me, Amelia. What's going on with you? Why are you working here?
Blocking me? I mean, I would never block you.
She sounds sweet, but she's a snake in disguise. And they laugh like old friends.
And he just, Seraphina's just like, her wits and sharp is only 2. She's like, I don't know if she's not sure if she's gonna like, I don't know if she feels the obvious sexual tension.
Well, we're going to get that drink, and then I think we're going to dance. Amelia, if you have a chance to come show us how it's done on the dance floor, you must join us.
I'm sure she'll be too busy. You know how staff are.
And you'll see like she's still smiling, but there's just like a fierce hint of fire behind her eyes when you say that.
I'll flip a ready at her. Keep the change.
And she will take it begrudgingly, but slide your whiskey with sugar cube over to you, Brannigan. Now, I'm gonna pause for a moment here as we zip back over to Cordy, the other bartender. This gentleman stands a towering maybe 6'5" tall. He is wearing a black button-up shirt. He's got a mustache, well groomed, no beard, and short brown hair. But he will say, "Welcome. Can I get you anything?"
Can we have her roll to see if she remembers the order exactly?
Well, I mean, I wrote it down.
Oh, snap! Yeah, your notebook
Oh,
too.
but if you want to make me roll, I can go.
No,
for it.
no.
I mean, it is.
Just a
I am good
suggestion.
at that. It is wits and sharps. I
I
would
thought
imagine.
I thought she would do well. That's why I asked.
Up to you, Matt.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd say like in this case, since there isn't much pressure on you, and you've got your trusty journal, I won't need you to roll here.
All
You've
right.
got the order. Everything is nailed down. Perhaps more of the anxiety had to do with whether or not you bought enough time for Brannigan.
Which Cordy is not confident that she did, but
But yeah, you would be able to deliver said order exactly as Lady Seraphina had delivered it to you.
yes,
And-
I rattle off the order to this gentleman at the bar, reading off my notebook very precisely. And then at the very end, I say, and then also a large splash of bitters.
Large splash of bitters.
Yes, just really go for it.
Oh, she's gonna get you.
Very well. That's a very exacting order.
Yes, well, the people I work for have very particular tastes.
All right. Well, I'm on it. Say, I don't believe I've seen you around before. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Cordelia Jones. You may call me Cordy. Everyone else does. I am the personal assistant of Mr. Brannigan Burbank over there, and I'll point him out. This is maybe before Lady Seraphina has quite gotten there, so otherwise Cordy would run over there in a panic. But yeah, the large, handsome gentleman speaking to the other bartender. You can't miss him.
Is he
That's the hair flip.
is he going to try his luck with Miss Earl Grey?
Oh, I don't know how much luck might be involved. They have quite the rapport. They have gone after many of the same archaeological digs in the past. I would say they're somewhat friendly rivals. Do you know Miss Earl Grey that well?
She only started working here recently, but from what I understand, she receives a lot of attention. In fact,
It would seem so.
yes, that's part of the reason I'm here, just to make sure that none of these customers go too far.
Are you working for Miss Earl Grey?
No, I simply work for the poker hall. But
I see.
They want to make sure that their staff are safe.
Of course, that makes perfect sense. We are hoping to claim the spot for the Peccadillo team, you see. That's what our club is doing here, as are many others, but really it's going to be no competition with us here.
Oh, and why is that?
Well, I understand what Mr. Maximilian Griffin is looking for. He doesn't want just successful poker players, which we are, by the way, but he wants people with character, personality, someone that can get the others excited. People like someone to cheer for, you see, not someone who just wins without any pizzazz. They want drama, a story to follow. You know what I mean.
And what's your story?
Oh, well, my story is Mr. Burbank's story, and that's the interesting story. We also have Lady Seraphina along with us, and I suppose she adds a bit of glitz and glamour, which doesn't hurt, though I don't know how much she offers in the way of poker skills.
But what do you want?
I'm sorry, I don't know if I understand your question, sir.
I mean, you said that your story is Mr. Burbank's story, but I think your story is your story.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Jerry. Jerry Gilbert.
And you are just a mere bartender, are you?
Well, if you want to know my story, perhaps you might have a drink with me.
Guy hitting
Pretty
on
love
me?
story. Cordelia and Jerry, may they live forever in harmony.
Here.
I don't know. Is there like a sort of a vibe check skill, Matt,
will
or can
say
I
that
figure this
you-
out easily?
Based on
Roll vibe check.
what you've seen with Brannigan and Amelia, as well as maybe a little bit of the tension between the lady and Mr. Burbank, you can definitely tell that he's hitting on you.
I don't think Cordy has ever experienced this in her life. I think I might be too busy tonight for something for something leisurely. I'm working, you understand.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry. I perhaps maybe if I find some time. I don't think I will, though. Find time. That is, I am very careful in my duties with Mr. Burbank. Do you have that drink ready? I think there it is. Yes, I'll just take it now. Thank you so much. You've been very generous and kind, and it was lovely to meet you. And she'll slide him some money and just like rush off, her face like hot, like it's blushing and just like totally frazzled.
And he'll call out, "It was my pleasure."
She loses herself in the crowd, and I think this makes a lot of sense because she's so distracted she doesn't realize that Lady Seraphina has now intercepted Brannigan, and so she does reach them eventually,
Yes.
but is not in any great hurry because she's thinking on this very strange interaction that she just had.
Great. Yeah, so then you stumble into your two club members as they're, I would say perhaps this would be right when Lady Seraphina flips a ready over to Amelia.
Oh, my drink's here. Thank you.
Oh yes, here you are, Lady Seraphina.
All looks to be in order. And then she goes to drink it. No.
And Cordy has completely forgotten her prank because she's still thinking back about Mr. Jerry Gilbert. So she's not even actually paying that close attention.
I have the funniest image of this scene of Cordelia like fussing over this unexpected circumstance, this gross sip that's happening and the face that's being pulled, and simultaneously just like the reach across for the drink with the hand wearing the ring, and there's like knowing eye contact while accepting the drink. It's just like
Yeah.
three different stories happening in
Yeah.
the same
We're all
moment.
completely in our own world.
Yeah.
She's not going to overreact or like do a spit take because she's too much of a lady. But she does
course.
like kind of gently puts it back in the drink. And she immediately goes to Cordelia. Are you trying to sabotage me?
Oh, was the drink not to your satisfaction, Lady Seraphina? I did write down the complete order, and I'll show her the paper where I wrote down everything perfectly.
This drink is not to my liking. What did you do to it?
Oh, I did nothing. I ordered it exactly to your requirements, as you can see on the list here.
Oh,
Perhaps
for heaven's sakes, is it so hard to get a simple request filled around here? I swear. Even the maids in the countryside have more sense. And she walks off to go to the man to reorder.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I hate her too. I hate her too. Listen.
as she does.
She's a
Amelia-
19-year-old spoiled brat.
Amelia is gonna like turn back to Brannigan and say, "Looks like your friend is having a little bit of trouble handling a strong drink."
Well, she's rather new in the way of almost everything, honestly.
Okay.
But she's a good soul, and she invited me to be here, and I'm really happy to have this opportunity that she's given me. Plus, I'm hoping that her father will invest in one of my future adventures.
There it is. There it is. I'm so sorry, Serafina. I'm so sorry.
And on that note, with this drink chaos unfolding before us, I think that's a great time for a little bit of a break. So y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Big thanks to my players for playing. Y'all have been absolutely incredible, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Bye.
Okie dokie.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Tales of Initiative channel. We are rocking and rolling with some Flabbergasted action as my players here, their wonderful characters, are vying to be the representative of Peccadillo in the World Championships, a poker tournament. So, at the moment, well, they've got themselves into a little bit of a pickle. So we'll pick the action back up with Cordy, because Cordy, you had just delivered a very strong drink, a very bitter drink to Lady Seraphina, and Lady Seraphina is currently heading towards the bartender who you spoke to, but you also have Brannigan before you. What are you going to do? What is your course of action right now?
And
Is
also,
Brannigan-
you were just insulted by her.
Yes. What does Brannigan seemed poised to do? Like he's going to stick around and talk to Amelia more, or
No, he's ready to hit the dance floor. He's ready to get
Okay.
a lot of eyes onto him and then win a lot of poker.
okay. In that case, Cordy is going to do her best to sort of prepare the way for Mr. Burbank. She's going to just like carve a path, but then also she's going to be kind of drawing attention to Mr. Burbank. And the fact that he is like headed to the dance floor. And I think maybe that's one and the same. So she's going to be sort of cutting the way before him and saying, please clear the way, please. Mr. Burbank is going to the dance floor now. He needs his space. Please clear the way, please. Yes. Mr. Burbank coming through. Yes, please step aside. And I'm making a big scene for Mr. Burbank.
Okay. All right. I'll in this case, in this moment, making the scene while clearing the way, either a bravado and persuasion or a creativity and passion.
Okay. I'll try with creativity and passion, I suppose.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, here we go. I've only got 2 in creativity and passion here.
You're real high.
Okay.
I'll try.
I believe in you.
You got this.
No, I didn't do it.
Couldn't have believed in her, Matt.
Lucky coin.
Jinxed it.
Lucky coin.
Or scene cue.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at my scene cues. Okay, actually, if you don't mind, Matt, I would like to use a scene cue. As soon as Cordy sees that this is not working, this is not drumming up the kind of attention that she wants for Mr. Burbank to really make a splash here. I have the scene cue whims and fancies. I'm used to fulfilling unreasonable requests on a whim, such as making sure everyone is paying attention to Mr. Burbank on the dance floor. No matter the time or place, I know just where to go to find what I need. I get to create the NPC I need at that moment and place them in the city, which I'm assuming can be here
Right
in
here.
the club.
Yeah,
Okay.
go.
Could I know someone in the band?
Absolutely.
Maybe like the band leader or something?
Yeah. I'll say this, since you're the scene cue, you create the NPC. Would you like to color this person, give them their name, their like attitude, or would you like me to do it?
Sure, I can offer a few details.
Please do.
Okay, we'll say his name is Dennis.
Dennis.
Okay.
We'll say Dennis Fast Feet. That's his stage name, you know.
Of course.
I'm not really
Yeah.
familiar with his like real name, but I know Dennis Fast Feet. Everyone knows Dennis Fast Feet.
Of course.
And he is very energetic. He's a band leader, so you know he's very good at capturing the crowd's attention. Basically everything Cordy is not.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she we'll say she used to work with his sister at a previous job. And so they are, you know, friendly acquaintances. So
Nice.
Cordy tries to clear the way, clear some space, get some attention on Mr. Burbank. Sees it's not working. She turns to Brannigan. Just one moment, sir. I do apologize. I'll have this solved right away. Just
Handle
you
it.
be ready to give them your best moves, as always.
Go.
She'll rush off.
Do you trust me? That's just what you hear as you run off is, do you trust me?
So Cordy runs up toward the band stage and catches Dennis's eye and kind of waves him over.
And when Dennis sees you, he's gonna call out to the crowd and say, all right, you know the rest. This will be a sing-along, please. And he'll hand a microphone over to one of his bandmates who's going to start pointing it at the crowd, the people who have gathered around to enjoy the music. As Dennis comes down and says, Cordelia, it's good to see you.
Yes, you too, Dennis. It's always a pleasure when I run into you. I do have a bit of a favor to ask, if it's all right. It should be no trouble at all, because it will go right along with your normal job here. But I don't know if you've noticed, but there is Mr. Brannigan Burbank is entering the dance floor. You'll see him just over there with Lady Seraphina. Well,
I think I
he's
see
about
him, but...
Well, she doesn't matter. As long as the eyes are on Mr. Burbank, you see. He's about to pull out the most astounding moves, and no one will want to miss this great show. So,
yes,
if you think it might be good to draw attention to that, I think it could be good for the energy of the crowd. But, of course, you're the expert here, so I merely wanted to give you a hot tip.
Yes, of course. Thank you for always looking out, Cordelia.
Of course, I'll see you after the show. Well done, and keep up the good work, Dennis. And tell your sister I said hello. We must catch up soon.
Of course. Before you go, is there a specific sort of tune that you would like for Mr. Burbank?
Ooh. Okay, so it's Seraphina and Brannigan together, and I want to promote the club here.
She's at the bar.
Oh, she's not with Brannigan?
She went to the bar to go talk to the
bar.
guy about the drink.
Okay. In that case, well, I guess I'll ask M. Is Brannigan good at any particular dance, or does he like any particular song?
The Charleston.
Yeah. So any song with let's gotta just be like heavy beat. Make sure and like ready for a lot of movement.
All right, I'll give a description like that. Make it fast, energetic, lots of opportunities for big moves. I'm talking big moves here, Dennis. Nothing halfway.
All right.
So the Charleston then.
Probably.
Yeah.
And he'll what he's going to do is he'll get back up to the stage. He'll gather his other bandmates. There's maybe just a little bit of a lull, but he is going to communicate with them and then get some of the tech people involved. And the music starts off very frenetic, very fast-paced, and you'll note that around you, the lights start to dim. And Brannigan, as you're moving forward, a very bright light shines down upon you.
It was meant to be. He looks like an angel.
So, Brannigan, with all attention on you now, what sort of moves are you pulling out here?
Use a daring attempt, which is a scene cue.
Let's go.
Okay, when attempting a daring and difficult physical feat, describe in a creative manner how you beat the odds and accomplish this feat. So, I think that Brannigan comes sliding in because he comes like running slides like halfway across this dance floor, grabs a random lady and like tosses her up in the air, and thus begins like a very acrobatic style of dance where he's hitting all these moves, spinning a lady out into a crowd, and grabbing another person. He doesn't care who it is. It can be a man, it can be a woman. As long as they can move their feet, they are dancing. He's throwing them, he's catching them, he's spinning them. And of course, right at the end, if Seraphina's there, he's going to offer her his hand.
Oh.
She's
So,
damn it. She was
Seraphina, I'll say this. It's
Yeah.
like you're bringing this drink back to this gentleman, and the music, like the lights going down, immediately catch your attention. The music going crazy, and then you realize who's putting on this performance, and you see Brannigan. Brannigan grabs a lady and spins and tosses her into the air, and Brannigan starts spinning all these people around. Seraphina,
Everybody's
I want to ask you, when Brannigan is doing all of this, are you going to stay on your mission of speaking with this bartender, or does the Brannigan call?
Fortunately, he has that touch.
Yes, he does.
He's got the riz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gonna use like you and him will be the final move, like a hand to the lower back, full lift where he does a slow turn, so she can do like the dramatic splay as like a
You
very
can see that
cool
like on
ending.
her face, she was determined to like get this man fired. Who the bartender? Then she hears the music turns, and then like just like drops the drink on the counter, and then like starts like shimmying her way there. Over there to just spotlights, and she's like,
Off the jewels and everything. It's just like a disco
Oh, it looks
ball
so
in the air.
opulent.
yeah, she's like she like wrapped you like what's it called in like a rope, and then she's doing that motion of like
Ooh,
pulling
yes.
you. Yeah, exactly. Like, and then it's a lot of hands, legs kicking.
So in sync. It's perfect.
Whoa.
You've never danced with a man like Brannigan before.
And she'll never dance again.
And as the song wraps up, like the people around, there are plenty of people at the high roller table even who put so many readies down on the table, and they're all staring, mouths agape at the incredible display by none other than Brannigan and Lady Seraphina. And of course, with the help of Cordy, who was able to set it up so that the spotlights on these two. And as the song stops, the crowd starts to cheer. They're all clapping, they're all going crazy. And, well, amidst all of this, Cordy, when they were performing, I'd like to know where you are. What are you doing?
Oh, well, Cordy is off the dance floor, kind of near the stage, because she was just talking to Dennis. And that's where she's very happy to be. She also watches because she sees this and is, admires Mr. Burbank's ability to put on this grand show. But she also takes pride in this moment because she knows that, like, this is her job done well. Like, she did exactly what she needed to do.
Yeah.
And it's going perfectly. And look, okay, even Lady Seraphina is contributing and looks great. And this is just like, this is all going perfectly.
Fantastic.
There's nothing more satisfying to Cordy than a plan well executed.
Great. In that case, you're gonna see, as the song wraps up, just a little wink from your contact, and as he gets back on the mic, he'll say, "Everybody, a big round of applause for the Pearls and Poker Club. Mr. Burbank, Lady Seraphina Hawthorne, And of course, the
Thanks.
leader of the club, Cordelia, over there, please. Why don't you come up and everyone give them a hand?
This is Cordy's face.
Hey, the crowd is going nuts. Everyone is going wild. Cordy, you'll hear a voice from behind you. The voice of Jerry say,
Jerry.
He's everywhere.
"Nice.
I'm sorry,
work.
Matt. What did he say?
Nice work. I didn't realize you led the club."
Oh, no. That's preposterous. It was a mistake. It happens. I will see to it that it is corrected. In fact, I'll do that right now. And she will climb up on stage, despite her absolute distaste for the spotlight. But she wants to get away from Jerry for the moment because she doesn't know what to do with him, and she's just like dying, thinking of that Mr. Burbank will think that she said that she has to set the record straight.
Okay. Yeah.
So she awkwardly climbs up onto the stage, probably Jerry kind of helping her up a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he'll happily offer a hand to help you up onto the stage.
And then she just sort of shuffles over toward Dennis. She look, she's kind of leaning backward as if some force is pulling her off the stage, but she's willing herself forward. And she's just like so uncomfortable. It's definitely secondhand embarrassment for everyone watching.
How obvious is it that she's uncomfortable?
Oh, extremely. Extremely obvious.
Okay.
But she feels compelled to set the record straight.
Go!
It is her duty.
Speech! Tell us, manager of the Pearls and Poker Club! Yeah!
And
Well,
I'll say this, Cordy. I mean, you know Dennis pretty well. And so as far as like your personality, your demeanor, your discomfort, he would be aware of that. And he will ease the situation. He will say, "No, we've gotten quite the performance now. I need my good friend Cordelia here to focus all of her brain energy on being the best poker player out there. So, please enjoy our next tune, but everyone, keep pearls and poker in mind." And Cordelia, you're able to get off stage without having to.
She feels conflicted about, she kind of stops and then just freezes awkwardly as he's explaining this, and then just kind of floats back off stage. But she still is like, "Oh my gosh, he said I was the leader, and that's not right, and Mr. Burbank is going to be so mad." And so she looks a bit shell-shocked coming down from the stage. Also, she saw her life flash before her eyes being in front of that many people.
above the table talk,
that's real.
Same.
Yeah. Through the screen is fine.
Oh my God.
Public speaking.
God.
Yes. So, at this point, like as you get off the stage, I mean, what are Brannigan and Serafina doing?
Serafina's like, she's like, she's breathing hard. She's like, oh, Brannigans, don't you worry your sweet little head about those far-off jungles and dusty ruins. I've got such clever plans. Soon you'll never want to leave the city again. In fact, I'll make sure of it. Every time you even think about going, something mysteriously will go wrong. But don't worry, I'll be right here by your side forever and ever, just as it's meant to be. And she holds onto your arm, snuggles into your shoulder.
So,
I'll take care of you.
What the fuck?
Excuse me?
What do you mean worry about? That's my passion. That's who I am. You can take the man out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the man. I'm going back there. That's where I'm supposed to be. That's where I feel. I don't know why you think that you can impose upon me like that.
Excuse me?
What are you talking about? Excuse you. We should excuse you.
She backs up. You've never talked to me like this before?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you, but you've never talked to me like that before.
She starts crying. Can I do this? Can I do the scene cue? The scene cue, throw a tantrum?
Yes. Absolutely. Would you read the scene cue out for me?
As an aristocrat, you're no stranger to causing a scene to get your way. Sorry. You can whine, caterwaul, or cause a ruckus. You'll cause a disturbance and distract everyone's attention to you. Divert everyone.
Oh, come here. That was such a good dance, right? Come here. Cordelia!
Why are you yelling at me? I'm gonna call my dad.
No, it's okay. He's gonna pull you into his chest. No, it's fine. Just like forehead pressed against a bush of chest hair. It's all right. That was kind of.
Were you serious? You're just yelling at me. Why would you yell at me? You never yelled before. My dad doesn't even yell at me. No men to yell at women, ladies.
You're right. That was uncouth, and I apologize. And I just didn't understand what you meant. It sounded like a threat. It sounded like you were but you know what? You're just a small darling.
And you, Brannykins. What are you talking about?
Sorry, Cordelia.
Cordelia, what are you doing?
She's like wailing right now. She's like super loud.
He's like tight against the chest, trying to muffle her sounds a little bit. It's maybe a little bit suffocating.
You will hear from my father.
No, it's okay. Not okay. He's mouthing over her head to Cordelia. It's not okay.
And earlier, that staff woman who's always with you, she got my drink order wrong. Too bitter.
Well, I doubt that Cordelia would never make such a simple mistake as a misordered drink. But I'm sure you're right, because
you believe her over me.
Anything that you say is gold, obviously.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is the scene.
Cordelia, who is not used to, knows that when Mr. Burbank calls her Cordelia and not Cordy, it is very serious. So she floated off the stage. Jerry probably there again to help her down. She was sort of almost in a fugue state. She was just sort of zoning out, like, what just happened to me? And Jerry was probably, I don't know, Matt, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I imagine he was comforting her a bit, trying to it's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can tell she was very shocked. Mm-hmm. And then she quickly snaps out of it when the second shout of Cordelia comes echoing over the dance floor, and followed by the cries of Lady Seraphina. And she snaps to attention, sees that she's sort of holding Jerry's arm, drops it quickly. I'm so sorry. I have to go. I have to go right now. Okay. Goodbye. Have a good evening. And she'll dash off into the crowd in a panic, and then come up to this scene.
You don't love me. You don't love me, and I love you so much. I want to grow old with you and die with you and be together forever.
Would you look at that? And Cordy comes up and tries to announce, like, very loudly, sort of putting her hands on both their shoulders. Would you look at that? A table has just opened up with space for the two of you to play. And after this immensely impactful performance, well, perhaps you can make an appearance. You must keep your chin up for the club. You see, that to do anything otherwise would be improper of your position. Don't you agree?
Think of your position here in the crowd, in front of everyone who's watching.
Looks
Perhaps
around.
we shouldn't air our dirty laundry, darling.
Seraphina, when you look around, you see Amelia looking at you, smiling.
I think she's like so much in her emotions that she sees it and like doesn't think of it too much. I think a lot of people are staring at her right now.
Perhaps we should just go sit down at one of the tables. You don't need to play Lady Seraphina if you don't feel up to it, but perhaps taking a seat and a few deep breaths would be good for
You got my drink order wrong.
I do apologize for that, and I will fix it promptly. If you will just sit down at that table over there, off of the dance floor, I will get you a new drink.
Come, allow me. And he's just going to pick her up.
Yeah.
Princess style.
You're so strong.
Yes, of course.
I will get
this,
that.
Cordy.
I will get that drink.
Fix it.
Do you love me?
You're so pretty. Just so stunningly beautiful. It's hard to acquaint the feelings of love to something that's so far out of my reach. And he's just gonna carry you to a table.
Yeah,
Think about
please
all the potential that you have in front of you with younger men.
So that's what mommy says.
Well, she sounds like a wise woman. Don't you love your mommy?
My parents don't like you, but I defend you all the time.
Well, they
say-
shouldn't like me. I'm terrible. I'm a braggart and handsome,
You're not.
but
She's
terrible.
like wiping tears. You're great. You're so amazing.
I yell at women frequently. I can't stop myself.
But you don't yell at me. You only did that one time at the dance floor, which was very weird and insensitive.
Now that the tap's open, you should hear the tirade that is bubbling inside of me like a tempest.
And you see, like, she like sniffs and like giggles a little bit. She goes, "Oh, Branny, stop being silly."
It's Brannigan. I don't like Branny.
What?
Yeah, our whole relationship is a lie.
On that
Probably.
note, I'll pan to Cordy, who's gonna go get the drink.
Makes it worse again.
On that note, the whole relationship is a lie.
And this is her fugue state moment.
So, Cordelia.
Jerry is there again.
Is Jerry here or is Amelia here? Because I could talk to either one, I suppose.
Who would you like to go to?
Oh boy.
Jerry.
I will go to Amelia, actually, if that's all right. I feel like she left Jerry back near the dance floor and kind of rushed off on him.
Sounds good.
And also, she's too flustered to deal with Jerry.
That's
she needs to tackle one thing at a time. And she needs to do her job right now. And Jerry is distracting. So
okay.
she'll go to Amelia. And Amelia knows her, I would assume. I mean, we've
Definitely.
certainly, yeah. So I'll cut my way to the front. Cordy's not messing around. She will just sort of weasel her way to the front and try and flag down Amelia if she can.
And she will note immediately, perhaps when Cordy is determined on a mission, Amelia knows things are serious, and she'll immediately snap to attention and say, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Yes, I need a drink promptly, immediately. And here's the order. And she'll rattle off the whole thing on her from her notebook. This is
And-
for Mr. Burbank. I need it promptly.
Interesting order.
Okay, well, I should be forthcoming. This is not for Mr. Burbank. However, it will solve one of his great problems, I think.
Huh.
So in a way it is, although he will not be the one drinking it. You understand?
Is it for
You may have yes, you may have noticed the blubbering near the dance floor, unfortunately.
Yes, yes. Why don't you give me a bravado and persuasion?
I'm not good at this. Okay.
I believe in you. I'm
Here
sending
we
you
go.
all the powers of
Let's go.
Brannigan.
Thank you. Huh. That is a fail. I want to use my coin toss here.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
So I call it.
Yes, and if you
All
get
right.
it right, you got a success.
Okay. I'm going to call odds. No, it's a 2. All right,
Oh,
I fail.
no.
Oh, that's how lucky coins work? I thought it was just like a free reroll.
Oh no, you get to flip a coin, so you get a little bit more of a percentage.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
Did not work out for me this time.
Yes. She is gonna say, So you're telling me that you want me to make this drink so that he can smooth things over with her.
Well, it's for the club at large. We made quite a scene well, she's made quite a scene.
Yes.
You
Disastrous.
well, that might be overstating things a bit, but
I mean, everyone will be talking about it.
Amelia
that's
is messy.
that's yes, that's you make a good point. As a matter of fact, I don't know why I asked. I do apologize for wasting your time. And Cordy will just shrink away and reluctantly turn and try to find Jerry somewhere.
I would say like Jerry is coming back from the dance floor area, maybe having assisted with a few of the people there. There might have been a couple that have fainted as a result of Brannigan's, spinning them around.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got the touch.
Absolutely. And so he'll come back and say, "Oh, you back so soon?"
Okay, I don't need you to say it like that.
Oh,
I
how would you like me to say it?
I need to order a drink again. Another one. And I
right.
would appreciate perhaps your discretion in this matter from your
I can be very
bartending partner.
discreet.
All right. That's good in this situation.
Yes.
I need the same drink I ordered, except please hold the bitters.
Hold the bitters.
It's just
Yeah,
a dash.
yes.
It's a dash of bitters.
It was a mistake. I should say there's a dash of bitters, but not as heavy as last time. Am I making any sense? I'll just read the
Of
drink order
course.
to you.
Yes, and he will mix it up very quickly, very efficiently, and slide it over to you.
Do our fingers touch as I grab the glass?
Would you like them to?
Sure.
Okay.
Would you like them to?
Would you like them to? You little freak.
This is what Matt lives for.
Okay, so your fingers touch, and he'll I mean, as far as the drink is concerned, it looks very very similar, but you see the same level of craftsmanship, same level of precision in his work, and he'll say, "Good luck."
Thank you. Her face is red, bright red again, and she grabs the drink. This looks like it will do nicely. Thank you very much, Mr. Gilbert. All right then. I keep running into you, but if this is the last time, then please have a good evening.
I hope
Farewell.
it's not.
All right then. She'll run off into the crowd again.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Now, I will say as you're dashing back, our relationship is built on a lie I believe that was where we had left things.
Would you like to start? Should I start? I don't even know where to go from here.
Who wants to unpack that statement?
Yeah,
first?
I feel like we should have a reaction, maybe.
Our relationship is a lie?
Well, what
What?
I mean to say, dear Lady Seraphina,
What?
you need to look at the bigger picture. All you see in front of you is a handsome man, but you don't see what's deeper within.
You're perfect. You're absolutely.
I am just a fantasy. I'm going to pull out Dashingly Charming.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so what greater allure is there than a dashing explorer willing to risk their life to save you? You can turn your charm on and make yourself irresistible. Be careful, you might leave a long string of admirers, and I get a scandal for this.
Oh my
Makes sense.
gosh.
Yeah, so what I'm going to say is he is going to try and play himself as like a romance hero person, right? Like he's like, listen, what you like about me and what you see in me is the potential, that danger, that's something. What is Cordy's not here to tell me my words. Well,
Je ne sais quoi.
yes,
Je ne
that
sais quoi.
the je ne quoi. The je ne quoi. I've got it.
Jenny Qua?
I've got a
Famous
certain je ne-
Asian actress Jenny Qua.
I think I need to give you a lucky coin for that.
Yes. I've got a certain Jenny Qua to me that people find irresistible, but it's not true. It's not true, Lady Seraphina. I'm a scumbag. I am uncouth. I am a scandal waiting to happen, and I am not good enough for you. And that is the lie.
So you
Oh.
are good for me. Everything you're saying is a lie.
No, the lie is that I would be good for you, while the truth remains that it's a bad match.
Listen, please, don't be so dramatic, okay? You're not some villain in a pulp novel. You're just lost, but I can help you. I will help you. Listen, you're not too dangerous for me. I don't care about your past or whatever trouble you think you'll bring. I can change you.
You can't change me.
In this moment, because you're scene cue, a long string of admirers. So at this
wait.
table, there are other players. There is another club.
Oh, there's
here.
more people.
There's another club here who it's a group of 4 ladies. They're probably in their 50s.
course.
And
Darn it.
these ladies,
Oh,
as they
damn.
see the two of you hashing it out, they are starting to swoon a little bit for Brannigan. As one of them says, "Wow, he's the spitting image of my late husband," and another one of them is gonna open up a little fan and say, walk in front of Seraphina and say, "What makes you think you deserve a statuesque pinnacle of a man like this?"
Is her hand like here?
Yes, absolutely. You note that all these ladies are
Don't do
wearing
it.
fashion
Don't do it.
that's a little bit older. It's maybe a good 20-30 years in the past, but of course this is your one of the rival poker clubs, the anti-anties.
So bad, Matt. That's the worst one of them all.
Oh my God.
So what makes you think that you could deserve such a strapping young man like this?
Oh wait, who is she talking to?
To Seraphina.
Don't you know who I am? She stands up. I am the daughter of Baron Hawthorne. We basically own this city. And if you're in this city, then I own you.
Oh.
And that's her scene cue is Don't You Know Who I Am?
Oh, snap. Would you mind reading that out for me?
Name drop your family title to either impress or intimidate. You throw about your social standings shamelessly to convince others of your lies, intimidate them to do your bidding, or get them to overlook a misdeed.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So she's using Don't You Know Who I Am to get her and hopefully like the other ladies at the table to back off.
Yeah. After you declare that, like the one with the fan is gonna go up to the one with the glasses, and you both of you will hear whispers, and the four of them gather up their chips from the table and leave.
Well, back to us, Branny.
You turn to find Brannigan, only to see his back as he sprints away towards Cordy. He's abandoning ship.
Oh my goodness.
Just full run.
Yeah, Cordelia, you see Brannigan running towards you. You have the drink in your hand.
Like balancing it through the crowd as he's barreling toward me, probably like blasting through the crowd because he's so large and
Riff-raff flying.
You hear her calling after you behind you. Yeah, this is totally going to be turning into what's the movie where she like captures the author and like breaks his
Misery.
legs? Yeah, she's gonna misery him as soon as she gets him.
my
Like,
gosh.
oh dear, what seems to be the trouble, Mr. Burbank?
She's a
I got
demon in diamonds! And he's gonna grab you by the arm and just drag you behind him as he continues sprinting.
oh dear.
We like whip around the corner of like
can hear her.
trying to find a hallway.
you can hear her heels like clacking after you, getting closer.
Shit! There has to be a secret tunnel somewhere. And I start like feeling on walls and like pulling on sconces. I would like to use the scene cue secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Yeah. You find like I've given you a map, but essentially this is just this specific area in which
This
you're
hall,
able to,
yeah.
you're able to find a door leading into like a staff maintenance area, and you're able to find just like a little secret hideaway place where the staff might lounge about a bit. It's oftentimes deemed like maybe an old storage room that's unsafe anymore, but you're able to get through. There's like little boards over the door, but you're able to crack it open and slip in if you'd like.
Perfect.
Mr. Burbank,
He's there.
you go. I'll distract her, and she won't come this way.
No, just come with me.
This doesn't go through. Does it go through? It was just a room, right? Or was it a passage?
So
Misunderstood.
I'll as it is a tunnel, you would be able to have like a little. They normally would use this as like a secret lounge area.
I see.
But sometimes people, if they needed to, get away for a little bit, you would be able to slip out too. There might be just like a little window that you could crack open and slink out.
But Mr. Burbank, what about the poker club?
Fuck the
We
club.
can't.
It's over. I'm never going back there again.
Branny! Branny!
Just clamps over her mouth and drags her into this little room and shuts it.
And then you hear Brannigan, Phineas, Burbank. You can run, but you can't hide from me forever. I'll find you, and when I do, we'll be together, just like it's meant to be. You'll see, no more running. You belong here with me, and I'm going to make sure of it. No matter how far you go, I'll get you, darling. I always do. And she says that in the room, because like where she kind of thought you were last. And then you hear the hills walk off.
I have an idea. Mr. Burbank, to get you out of the country.
Save me, Gordy. Save me, please.
I always will. I always do, and I always will. You know that, Mr. Burbank.
Can I listen, I know we're ending soon. Can I use one more scene cue?
Go ahead.
Can I use the I heard a rumor, please?
Yes, please. Tell me what it is.
Okay. The director will impart on you a piece of gossip. If this is true or relevant to your situation, you will have to find out for yourself. Alternatively, you can spread your own piece of gossip. The more scandalous, the better.
Okay. Are you looking for gossip or are
Yes.
you...
All ports out of the city, ship ports. And it's the 1920s. I don't know if there are planes yet for people to like fly in to go places. If there are, like every piece of like entry and like to get out of the city, they've been shut down.
Oh. Okay.
So that's like the big piece of rumor or piece of gossip because someone has sabotaged them, but we don't know
Okay.
who.
Help me, Gordy.
You hear that, Cordy? You hear that rumor?
I do. There might be some difficulty, but let me see what I can do. Jeez, just wait here. Don't make a peep. Do you hear me now?
Yes, but one more thing.
Yes.
Please don't tell Amelia that I'm hiding like a rat.
You are not hiding like a rat, Mr. Burbank.
You're right. You're right.
You are fighting for your life.
Of course. And then he just slowly crouches behind any piece of furniture close by and just...
And then Cordy leaves the
I'll be right
crawl
back.
space.
And I want to do two things, Matt, if you will.
Yes.
I want to use a scene cue, unseen and unnoticed.
Yes.
You know that most residents don't pay you much attention. You can quickly blend into your surroundings and move about while avoiding detection. So I want to slip out of the little cubby here, passageway, and then I would like to cash in my favor with Wrigley.
Yeah.
If I can find Wrigley running around
Absolutely.
the poker hall.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
like when you get back here, I mean there might have been just a little bit of a hubbub, and Wrigley would come back here to see what's going on.
Great. Then I sort of slink up in the crowd toward him and just kind of grab his sleeve and pull him aside, just off to a corner where we aren't going to be spotted, hopefully.
What's going on?
It's me, Cordy. You remember from earlier when I helped you pick up all those important, very important files? Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And quite likely helped you avoid getting fired right there on the spot, if you will recall all of those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, well, I am going to need an express ticket out of the city. And I know your employer is good for it. I know he travels a great deal for his gaming conventions and whatnot. You can't tell me he doesn't, Wrigley.
Yeah, true.
I need it right away, and
Okay.
I need it tonight. I need it with Mr. Brannigan Phineas Burbank's name on it, and myself. He can't travel alone. God knows he can't travel alone. But we need that, and we need it discreetly. Do you understand?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You see, Lady Serafina is surrounded by staff. And
I need to get out of
them
here.
orders.
I need to get out of here quickly, but please, one more thing, Wrigley. This is, and she'll turn to a new page in her notebook and very rapidly write something down and like think about it, hesitate, just finally tear the page out, fold it up, shove it into Wrigley's hand. Please give this to the bartender, Jerry Gilbert, not Amelia. Don't give it to Amelia. In fact, please just avoid Amelia altogether if you can.
I usually do.
Thank you very much, Wrigley. I won't forget this. I really will not.
Okay, great. So,
And then he'll slip away.
It's a race against time in 1920s Peccadillo.
okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of speed running here because I want to make sure we're out. We're out in this 5 minutes. So, in this case, you're able to get those tickets. Cordy and Brannigan are able to get those express tickets in order to flee. However, I am gonna say that amidst all of this, you are going to receive, perhaps in hiding, a letter. A letter from Maximilian Griffin asking you to come compete to represent Peccadillo as one of the main poker extraordinaires.
Peccadillo, Pekka, hell no. Let's get out of here.
Never liked this city.
I've never heard of the place. Never been there before. I've got ties.
There will be like a little add-on that says if you do this, there will be 5 million readies in it for you.
Perhaps you should go along, Mr. Burbank, and I could stay back and compete. I've arranged everything.
Fantastic idea. And if you win, we can split it 60-40. You know what? Probably 70-30.
Yes, that's still, yeah.
You know what? 75-25.
We
Final
can
offer.
perhaps work out the details, assuming I win, of course. But
You're going to.
here
You're
is
great. Cordy, you're great at everything you do. Believe in yourself. Another chin chuck. And then he crawls out the window.
So Cordy goes in his place, right?
eventually in the future, Cordy would go.
Okay.
She's written out the itinerary for
Matt, hold on.
All right.
Cut 2.
Okay.
Just go with it. Just go with it, Matt.
Okay. All right. Tell me what's up.
It's midnight at the Hawthorne Manor. A large sack is ripped off the head of Cordy as she's tied to a chair.
Oh.
She looks across and she sees Lady Serafina looking at her.
Oh my gosh.
That's where we're gonna end. That's it. That was my little addition at the end.
I do have another question. Cordy, what is on the note to
to Jerry.
Yeah.
It's help me. I'm at the Hawthorne Mansion. No, I'm just kidding. It's like,
As he bursts
If
through
you
the
haven't
window.
no.
Listen,
It's,
you're great. If you haven't heard from me in 4 hours, I'm held captive.
It says, Dear Mr. Gilbert, it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance this evening, several times. I promise it was not intentional. I did not mean to keep taking up your time. However, you did not seem to mind. I will say you had quite an effect upon me, one that I have not experienced before.
Oh,
Should I find myself in town again,
yeah.
I would perhaps like to order a drink, but this time drink it myself with you, if you would be willing. But ignore this note if you are. And then it just sort of like there's a bunch of scratched out lines like no, not that, no, not that. Have a good evening. Sincerely, Cordelia Jones.
Oh my goodness.
Love it.
And then it has a little bit like, you may contact me at the correspondence of Mr. Brannigan, Phineas, Burbank, blah, 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 blah. All of the like normal information that she would just put in like a business letter or something.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm currently on the run from a crazed 19-year-old.
Oh my gosh. And now with Brannigan on the run, with Cordelia being assailed by Serafina, and with Mr. Gilbert, who perhaps after a little while of trying to find Cordelia, tries to find Brannigan so that they can find Cordelia and save Cordelia. And with these potential future plot threads out in the ether, that is the end of our session, y'all. Oh my gosh. Y'all have been absolutely incredible. I don't think I've
Weren't
ever
we
seen.
supposed to play poker or something?
Look, I don't think I've ever seen scene cues being used in a PvP context before. So look, we're breaking ground here. But
She said, "Fuck the game." It started running.
y'all,
That's hilarious.
y'all are fantastic. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for playing with me. I'll try to make this quick. Audience, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all have been wonderful. Tales of Initiative, y'all are incredible. Thank you for letting me run on your channel. And I'm gonna go through each of our players real quick. Same order as before. If you wouldn't mind telling the people who you are, who you've been tonight, as well as where people can find you if you want to be found. Let's start with Maia with M on deck.
Woo! My name's Maia. I also stream a couple games on Sundays and Fridays. City of Mist and one D&D game. And I was Lady Seraphina Hawthorne. She's she's great. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. She has a good head on her shoulders, is what I mean. If you want to find me, at Maia's Game Room on Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maia. Let's go over to M with Tori on deck.
Hi, everybody. I am Em. I have played Brannigan, regretfully. If you want to see more of my nonsense, you can find everything at either Anthrama Streams with most platforms, or you can find me on Level 1 Geek, where we blog, we play actual plays, we do edutainment on TTRPGs. You do not have to have a nerd degree to start playing these wonderful things. You can start at level 1, like we all did.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, M. Let's go over to Tori.
Hey, I'm Tori. I am one of the geeks over at Level 1 Geek alongside M. You can find everything that we do at level1geek.com. You can also find us on YouTube, and we're a podcast, and yeah, all the stuff. I played perhaps the only redeemable character tonight, Cordelia Jones. Hopefully we'll get a happy ending in the end. I feel like she's quick-witted enough to get out of this scrape with Seraphina. We'll see what the dice gods have planned for us in the future, perhaps. But that's been me. Thanks so much for having me on, Matt.
Absolutely.
Woo.
Thank y'all. Y'all are absolutely wonderful. So hilarious.
Shout out to Jenny Kwa. She was the biggest 1920s Asian actress to ever come out of the game.
Yes, let's go. Oh my gosh. Y'all have been incredible. Thank y'all for tuning in. And hey, it's time, y'all. Y'all remember the answer? Are you ready for more tales?
Always!
Yeah! All right, have a good night. Bye.